wild out, if I want to go a bunch of people, this is my year to do that. Casual sex, it's a scam. Females cannot be friends with benefits. Just
Are you running red lights? Because, babe, we not doing that. You're not about to go to jail. And I got to come up with my money.
Do you care about the law? Welcome to the Ladies Always Win podcast. I am your host, Miss Ladies Always Win herself, Law. I'm here with my lovely co-host. We have Miss Deja Monique. And we also have the beautiful Miss Jasmine Nia. Jazalina! That's what I call her.
I love it.
Jazalina!
Like, I'm like, oh, Law's here.
But on the podcast, we talk about the shit and we talk about what's going on. And what's been going on is you've all been being lied to. What have you been being lied to about? Casual sex. It's a scam. It's a scam, and you need to protect your energy, okay? I was driving in my car on the parkway. I don't know why, but I thought about it. And I was like, yo, like, the fact that it's called casual sex is an oxymoron because there's nothing casual about sex. Like, I really think that condom companies invented that term to just sell more condoms because it's like sex is like one of the most intimate things you could do with somebody, right? And the other point about it too,
it's true,
is I'm like, if it's really casual sex, or if that's super casual, why do we all wear clothes? Why don't we all just walk around this earth butt ass naked, right? With your ass cracks out. It would be weird to do that in public. You know why? Because you need privacy. You want to cover up your body parts because you don't want just any and everybody looking at your situation. But we'll lay butt ass naked with somebody we just fucking met, and it's just casual.
Preach.
Think about it.
Preach.
It's not casual. Like, they just say that shit to make people feel better.
Playing devil's advocate. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna.
No, but that's.
I agree with what you said. Like,
right.
It's a whole energetic exchange. You know what I mean? Like, you have to really understand who you're with, but at the same time, energetic exchange. Like, that's like the key word. So it's like, if you feel a certain energy with someone, I would say, just playing devil's advocate, I would say that sometimes you might get caught up, and I have. Get caught up like in like the energy and the vibe of someone
before knowing who they actually are.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, but it is that's casual sex, and I do agree. Like, I think it's an energetic exchange either way.
You have to be protective over that.
But see, speaking of protection, right? Another thing I thought about in my car. Having casual sex with no fucking health insurance is also wild.
That's wild as fuck.
Because if something happens to you,
like, I'm sorry for you.
No, like, the thing is,
I'm
right?
sorry for you.
Shout out to Barack Obama. He's the only reason I have health insurance right now. Because he made this law that you could stay on your parents' health insurance until you're 26. This is my last year. So if I want to wild out, if I want to go fuck a bunch of people, this is my year to do that shit. Because next fucking year, this shit's about to be closed up. Because if you don't have health insurance,
ain't none of that. Family.
What do you do? Like, I understand. Like, I'm pretty sure like Plan B and all that. Like, you can just go get it at like CVS. But like, if you get like a STD, a STI,
a virus,
like you need medications. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, again, what's casual about that? Ain't nothing casual.
Protect yourselves, ladies.
Yes, please.
But see, that's the thing too, right? About casual sex.
Don't learn the hard way.
That people don't understand is soul ties. If you don't know what a soul tie is basically that every person that you have sex with, imagine like you have like a tank, right? Like a tank of like just like your soul. And every time you sleep with somebody, a little bit of it, you give it to them and then they give a little bit of theirs to you, right? Sometimes. You know what I mean? And so I feel like every single time you're sleeping with somebody, you guys are connecting, whether you realize it or not. Like sex, the thing too about it is that like, things have power, whether you acknowledge it or not. So sex is a very powerful thing. And it literally was like, it's designed to bond two people together forever. So it's like, you can't just take something that has that power and decide like, I'm going to just use it for whatever I want. Like,
how do you feel about women that do it for money?
See, that's another thing. I feel like there's so many problems with that. Like, number one, do what you got to do, right? I'm not going to tell anybody how to make money, how to, it's people are in situations that I've never been in. So if I've never been in your situation, I'll never tell you like, oh, I would never, because maybe I would. Like, maybe I would if I was in that situation. But like, if that is your circumstance and you do have to have sex for money, it's kind of like, it's so dangerous because like people try to like detach themselves from it and just make it like a whatever. But I feel like sex workers are like the number one people that can tell you how much it damages you. Like if you're, let's say like you're like a prostitute or something, you have sex with 50 guys in a day, it's just like you like lose, like you just become like a blanket of a person, because what happens is you're just this pool of everybody. Like, I remember I was talking to like one of my friends, and like they were saying how like they were sleeping with this guy, and that after a while they started to get like really angry. Like, they were like a super peaceful person, and they started getting anger problems. And like, I think we had a conversation about it, and I was like, yo, like, not trying to be like weird like that, but like energetically, right? Like, if you're sleeping with somebody who's just mad as fuck all the time, you might start getting a little angry.
Whatever that person is dealing with, it's being put onto you, it's being put into you. Like, sex is very spiritual in my eyes, you know?
See, I grew up in my mom is a minister, if you guys don't know that. So I grew up in church, like Baptist church, like real strict. So in the Christian community, even though like I read the Bible, you know, like that's like my thing, I believe in that. For some reason, the Christian community decides to like make certain sins bigger than others. It's not like that. God sees everything the same, but we as humans tend to do that. And the real big one is like sex before marriage, right? So when I was, I think 11, I was forced to do a purity ceremony. And I remember telling my mom, I was like, Mom, it's not that I want to have sex. I just think that this is weird. Like, why do I have to go up? I had to wear like a white dress, and like it was just like, for me as like an 11, 12 year old,
it's like everybody in your business.
Yeah, in front of everybody. And I was like, bro, like, I'm down to do it, but like the ceremony, like, I begged, I said, please, I said, I'll take the classes, I'll do the whatever. Don't make me do the ceremony. She made me do the ceremony. So yeah, growing up, like, sex was like this big taboo kind of a topic of like, don't do it. And so I always viewed sex like, it just, anything in life, I like to see it from like, because I believe that God is the creator, right? I feel like anything that God created has a purpose. Like the same way that, you know, Steve Jobs invented the iPhone, because he was the creator of the iPhone, he's the only person who knows how to maximize the iPhone, right? He made it. So because I feel like God created us and God created sex, there's a purpose for it, right? And so I feel like God created sex as, like, the whole point of it, like the reason why like the rumor of like girls bleed is that it's supposed to be like a blood covenant, which a blood covenant in like the Bible times was serious. Like if you did that, it was like for life, forever, right? And so like I believe that the whole purpose of sex was to obviously to bind two people together in like the strongest capacity. And the thing about it is that anything that is like that powerful, like anything that's super powerful taken out of the wrong context is detrimental, right? Take for instance, like water. You need water to survive. Water in that bottle is fine, but water in a tsunami is gonna kill like a whole community of people. So it's like when people take sex, right? Sex is this amazing thing, just like water. You need it. We love it. It's great. Sex is this beautiful thing. But when you take it out of the context, right, of let's say a relationship or a marriage, not necessarily a marriage, but just a one-on-one relationship, that's when you start fucking shit up. So I feel like, I think marriage is a man-made thing. Like, I believe that. So I feel like God's ideology was you're supposed to do this with one person. Like, I feel like people should be having sex with one person at a time versus, because what happens is, again, like, then you're taking it out of that context. You're mixing everything. You're mixing all of the energies. You're mixing all the energies, and then it just gets, like, crazy. And that's why you see all these people who are, like, I just feel like anyone I've seen in life who's troubled also happens to have mad fucking sex partners. Dead ass. Like, not all the time. Like, there are people who fucked, like, hundreds of people and are just the best humans on earth. But some people, that shit really gets to them. Yeah. And they don't know how to, like...
Empathetic people. Yeah.
Because you're just like a sponge. Like, you're just taking in all this energy to the point where it's like, yo, if you're taking in so much energy, you don't even have your own energy. Like, you don't even know who you are, what you like, what you don't like.
You lose yourself. You lose yourself.
Then you turn to the...
I want to take a shot to that.
Oh my God, I forgot to pour up.
My girls
guys,
losing themselves.
Listen, if you haven't gotten a drink, it's a little late. It's a little late into the episode, but I got my little sparkling apple juice.
Sparkling, we got a little rosé.
They got some rosé over there.
Saying?
Pour it up.
Pour it up.
Wait, that was like very serious. And I think that, well, because my dad is a preacher, right? And it was so weird. I thought like weed, alcohol, sex, it was just the devil.
Yeah, if you did that, man, you're getting...
Devil's grass.
Yeah.
The devil's lettuce.
Grass. The devil's potion.
Yeah, I can't if you do these things.
You know what I mean? So it turned me into like kind of a God-fearing person, and I didn't really like that. I was like, I shouldn't be afraid of God. You know, like I shouldn't be afraid if I do a human thing. If I just try something out, I'm going to hell. Right. It's not like that.
That's the old commandment.
She said the Old Testament. Get that out of there.
Right, but sex was a really big thing, and I think that like because I'm a person that's like, okay, put something in front of my face and say I can't do it. I'm gonna do it.
So you were just about to be like, say I can't fuck, I'm fucking everybody.
Like, not that. Like, I mean, not that. But like, I was like, okay, I had it. You know what I mean? Like when I lost my virginity, it was like, for me, it was a huge thing. I was like, oh my god.
But see, the other thing I've noticed too, like as for people who have like one night stands and things like that, there's always substance involved. Like very rarely can somebody sober-mindedly sleep with a stranger. Like it really doesn't happen. A lot of times they're drunk or they're high.
1,000%.
Because I'm like, and that's another thing. I'm like, think about that. If you have to alter your mind state to do it, maybe you shouldn't do it. Because
That's
again,
like
like
a
if,
human problem.
if the thought of
Not-
like you
you
seeing
should
some
be fully
dude
comfortable.
that you don't know and being like, all right, now go fuck him right now. You'd be like, what? What do you think I am? 2 shots later. You're doing it by yourself.
Yeah, right.
All of a sudden, this
In
man
the club.
was like the best thing in the world. And it's like, I don't, and a lot of, and it's
Too
sad
much.
because then girls, like, they regret it, right? But the other thing, too, that I was thinking about is, like, when is, like, the right time to sleep with a guy when you're dating? Like, how does it go from being casual to then, like, well, I'm with this person?
That's a good question. Honestly, I think it's like a conversation between the two people.
Yeah, I think it's about intention. I feel like if a guy lets you know his intention, and if his intention is for you guys to date, obviously people lie. Guys fucking lie all the time. But if the intention is you guys are trying to date, at that point it's not casual. Like I think it's only casual when like maybe the opposite discussion is had and it's yo, I'm just looking to, fuck sometimes. I don't want a girlfriend. I don't want this. I don't want that. Yeah, and it's just like I feel like sex, like people try to make it something that like you can like extract and get on its own, but you can't. It comes with things. Like as much as we try to have like friends with benefits and things like that, if you don't call it a relationship,
There's
but the
gonna be some
dynamic,
feelings in that. You say somebody else, okay, that's just like, okay, we friends. Say you friends with benefits with somebody. Okay,
Yeah.
another friend with benefits. Who's this person? Like,
yeah,
it's
you're
still,
jealous all of a sudden.
Like it's still, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It don't work. It don't work. It doesn't.
It doesn't work for girls. I think guys can do it,
doesn't
but
work.
females cannot be friends with benefits. Just like literally, just physiologically in our brains, right? We're caretakers by nature. So if you're like sleeping with somebody, you're just gonna want to take care of them. You're gonna like it's gonna be more to you as a female. Like I feel like guys can do it because guys, again, physiologically they compartmentalize
Fuck
things.
that. If you don't want to wife me, you can't fuck me. You can't have me. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't want to wife me, we have nothing to talk about. We could be friends, but we ain't no benefits with that. It's crazy.
Exactly, because I feel like with like that's the thing is like sex comes like I had this other thought the other day, right? That anything that you get in life, you pay for it for something. The same way that like if you go buy a shirt, you have to pay with money. Otherwise known as you are giving away money. You're losing money to get the shirt. So when you want sex, you have to lose something to get that. So thinking that you could just get it for free is kind of wild. Like you have to either lose your, ability to be with other people, or like you're going to lose a bit of your privacy because now you have this other person who's in your life and in your vibe. Yeah. And it's like people think, oh, I'm just going to take it and not take it. It's like, nah, like, and on top of that too, right? Like anything that you get in life, it comes with things. Like it's just like you're not gonna get it by itself. Like a lot of times it comes with like responsibilities. Like you know what I mean? Like a lot of people want it that's why I believe like the best context for it is in the proper context for it is in a relationship, because then like you don't really have any of those issues. Like a lot of the issues that people have is like once it's out of the container. Because again, like it's so powerful. It's so powerful that anything so powerful needs to be contained. So it's like if you're trying to take something super powerful, like this is the thing that creates human beings. Every person on this earth is here because of sex.
Absolutely.
That's the most powerful
we all got
activity.
That thing in common.
Ladies always win.
It's always win.
It's so bad for like other young women that like are either enticed or manipulated into having sex, or like whatever. Like it's like they probably see that in their minds, and it's like you're telling them one thing and then doing it completely different. You know what I'm saying? Like you get what you want, the guy, you get the sex, whatever. But like for the woman, it's like, oh, I thought it was love. Right. And that happens so much.
I think too.
That's why you have to get to know the person. Yeah. You have to get to know the person.
You have to know who they are, their intentions.
Yeah, like
I feel like
intention.
like This is kind of deep, and this is not on my little notes. I randomly thought about this.
You gotta get to know us as well.
I feel like too, like I feel like when people are like molested, like not to bring that shit up, that like really fucks up people's idea of sex, especially like when you're being molested as a child. It creates this idea that sex is again like this bad thing, this secretive thing. You're being manipulated when it's in context already, and then on top of the fact, especially like people who are molested multiple times in their life, they're just gonna see it as a casual thing because it's like if it's being done to you in a not special, I guess way, you're gonna think, oh, this is just the same thing as doing whatever. And it's like when people are not getting therapy and they're not
sacred it is,
and they're not working on it, then it's like
and
it just creates
see
this
the beauty in it either,
right? Because exactly, then it's brought into their life as like this bad, like traumatizing thing. You know what I mean? And then they're not able to kind of go and look at Jazz vaping. Jazz thinks that she's not gonna be caught on camera.
Because this conversation is so.
She said, "Damn, I gotta hit the vape on that one."
It hits close to home for me. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I had a really deranged thought process with sex and all that shit because of essay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She just hits home. That's why I had to vape.
No, yeah, she said I gotta. But I feel like going off what Deja said, right, about just like getting to know the person, like it's also about like giving away too much too soon. And like all the girls know. Let's really talk about it. All the girls know. My father told me. I remember just randomly. My dad would have like the best life talks with me. And I remember he told me, he said, he pointed in between my legs. He said, that thing in between your legs can get you whatever you want in this world. I said, what? He said, it's a superpower. He said, I'm telling you, when you're older, you're going to realize. He said, but because of that, guys are going to lie to you. People are not going to be truthful with you because that's all they want. He said, so you have to be very careful because you always hold the power. He told this to me. He told this to me. So a lot of times, like when it comes to like dating, right, a lot of girls will withhold sex because they feel like that is like the power play, right? That's what you really want.
Everybody got that. Like every female has a cooch. Every female got it.
Period. And
that's why we have to move smart.
And like again, like giving away too much too soon. Like obviously it's about like sex, but also like yourself. That's another thing too, right? Like the same way that some people will like guard their like vaginas, I don't know, to like be like, you can't get in this until this point of time. Like,
you know what that reminded me of? Have you guys seen Scary Movie?
No.
You haven't seen Scary Movie?
Not in.
Which one? First one?
Yeah, where the girl had like a cage over her pussy.
No, but dead ass though. But dead ass though.
Everything.
Yes.
Do they sell that on Amazon? Vagina locks. Sponsor me, please. I'll put one on right now. I would walk around with that on all the time, just 24/7, just like click click,
like a belt, like an old belt.
Right, but like for there, but like the same way that like girls will do that and like they'll protect themselves like sexually, they'll give themselves away like energetically, emotionally. Like I had to learn, like I'm a very caring person, so when I'm talking to somebody, like once I care about you, it's like on 100. Like I'm gonna care about you like to the max. You know what I mean? And even if I've known you for like 2 weeks, and I realize like, damn, like I had to realize how special like the way that I love people is. Because like I was just like giving it out to like every guy that I thought was cool. It was just like, wait a minute, like ew. Cause it's like I can't.
That shit gets you walked over.
Yeah, I can't. You can't get that back. I can't get that time back.
Up, love. People get it fucked up.
That's why people say never act like a wife when you're just you know what I'm saying, when you're just.
I subscribe to that mentality now. I'm gonna need one of these. And like not even for sex, for anything. Like for like, oh, I'm not about to be cooking for you. I'm not cleaning for you. I'm not about to be your mother. Not that you should be somebody's mother when you're married, but it's like any of that type of stuff.
But don't overplay your part, you know?
Because you know what it is? The thing a lot of people don't understand, like with just for some reason, like the way that society is, like dating is really a thing. Like, there's a difference between dating and being in a relationship, right? A date is an event. It's just something that you do, somewhere that you go. So if you go on a date with somebody, right? Cool, we did this thing. You go on a few dates, you guys are dating, right? But the dating process, it's literally like an interview process. Like, you guys are not exclusively in a relationship.
I was just about to say that. Like, there's like this whole thing right now with men and talking on these podcasts, whatever, because, like the fucking...
We love men podcasts over here. Don't get it twisted.
But,
You're getting to know
Speak for yourself.
You feeling somebody out.
These guys, they would always say like it's like an interview, and because it was like a conversation. I think it was with Angela.
Yeah.
And it was a conversation between these people where they were like, oh, like, where do you feel like a man should really take you seriously, or like, why am I dating you? And it's like, we're not really, you know what I mean? Like, you're not like loyal, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though we're dating type thing. And the guy would always be like, oh, this is like multiple different guys, always be like, oh no, it's like an interview process.
Yeah, dating is not a relationship.
No, it's just where we have to see how it is. But it was like someone that was in a, like, thought she was in a relationship for like 3 years, and he was like, it's still the interview process.
See that?
Who has time
don't
for
play
that?
fucking war games with me, bitch. That's not what that shit is. That's not what that shit. Like, here's the thing. The dating process, I feel like, has an expiration date. If you're still doing that shit past 3 months, y'all are in a relationship. Stop fucking playing around. Like, a month, you know what I mean? 2 months. But again, like, it's all about the conversations that you're having with this person. Like, you shouldn't be dating somebody and then, like, they're not talking to you, ready to pursue a relationship. Like, if you've been on numerous dates with me, and again, like, you don't want to give too much of yourself away. It's just like, you know, be yourself, be whatever. But it's like the things you would do in a relationship, you know what I mean? You shouldn't be doing to someone that you're dating. Like, for even like as small as like texting. Like, I know girls that'll be talking to guys and they're hitting them back immediately. And I'm like, stop that bullshit. First of all, you're busy. You're busy. Because I'm like, what you're doing, I'm like, everything you're doing in the dating process, and like, it's going to sound fucked up, but like, you're training this person of how you want them to treat you. So it's like, if you're texting somebody like you just, you know, are getting to know, and you know, let's say they take a little bit of time to text you back, but you're always on that shit. They know, oh yeah, all right, I got her.
Nah,
yeah,
fuck that. You gonna take your time, I'm gonna take my time, and it's gonna be longer than yours because I'm an asshole.
That's petty. If that's the thing, it
I'm
shouldn't be petty like that.
I'm very petty. It's gonna take even longer for me to hit you back.
You take 10 minutes, I'm taking 11 minutes. You take 20,
Period.
21 minutes, I'm gonna beat you. But like that, like, there's people that do that, like, just for the sake of like, just to let you know what it is.
I'm hitting you up at 11.
Yeah, but the thing is, number one, right?
Like,
as grown ass adults with 2 people with fucking bills, why are you guys even available enough to text 24/7? That's a big ass red flag. Like, if one person is able to be like, you got a job? You got a bill? Like, like that. If a guy's texting me that much, I'm gonna be like, what do you do? Like, why are you so free? Like, not even in the sense of like, I'm not gonna take it as flattery because like, I'm dope. I know that you want to spend all your free time with me, but it's really just like, I'm so busy that even if I wanted to spend all my time with you, I can't. So if you are that available,
what are you doing?
How do you pay your bills, sir? Like,
how are you gonna pay our bills?
Like, how are you gonna pay our bills?
How are we gonna?
Yeah, like, what's really the secret sauce? Let's get married. What's that song? Let's get married. It's like some boy, like 90s boy band.
It's Jagged Edge. Let's get married.
Deja's a 90s queen, if y'all didn't know. That's why she's a DJ.
Parents' wedding song.
Question for you guys, though. Like, paying the bills, right? Mm-hmm. So, not even saying that you guys are married. Do you think that the person that you're dating...
Again, when you're dating somebody, you're training them how to treat you. If you don't want to be in a 50-50 marriage, do not be in a 50-50 relationship. Because when you get married, nothing fucking changes. It's just a new day. Like, people think like, oh, I'm gonna be 50-50 in our relationship, but like, when we get married, he's gonna start to pay all the bills. Did he just get a new job? Did he just get a fucking raise? Probably not. On top of that, he probably just spent mad fucking money for you to have some special ass day. So it's like, you have to, again, like, you have to set those standards that you want. Like, I think a lot of girls too, like, you have to be honest with yourself. Like, some girls, they go with what they see on social media, like, oh, you know, like, I'm independent, I'm cool 50-50, but then they get mad at the bitches who are getting their life paid for. And it's like, you could do that too. Just, you have be with a person that you like.
The interview process that probably isn't that into you, or a man that.
The interview process. These are things to talk about when you're dating somebody.
Deep.
Like, here's the thing, right? When you're going on these dates, again, everything is a test. When you're going on these dates and that check come, I'ma just look at you.
Right. I'm looking at how much you tipping.
Period. How are you treating the server?
How the waiter treated us as well, and how much you tipping.
How did you tip? How are you treating the server? Like, I'm a crazy observant person. So like, if I'm going on like a real date with somebody, I'm observing everything from the second that we're together. The second, when you're driving, are you a calm driver? You got road rage? If you got road rage, you're probably going to snap on me in like 3 months. I'm looking at all that. How do you drive? How are you parking? Do you follow, you know what I mean? Like, are you talking the speed limit? Like, just little shit.
Are you running red lights? Because, babe, we not doing that. You're not about to go to jail. and I got to come up with my money.
Do you care about the law?
You run a red light and and your registration is up, and like it's a whole bunch.
Hold
of
on,
crazy
wait,
shit.
please,
deep, bro.
pause.
I've been booked before because
for registration.
No, not me, but okay, back in the day, before I
Throwback.
met you,
Okay.
years ago, fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
Let a man drive my car. I didn't know he is.
Never do that.
Was suspended. I had no clue. We down the street from his cousin's crib, whatever. Never. We pull out the we pull out the gas station. We see the lights go off. I'm like, what did you do wrong? Like, there's nothing wrong with my plates. I let him drive my car. I don't know.
Whoop, whoop.
First of all, he pulled out the gas station with the lights off, and that's what got us pulled over. I didn't realize it. I'm already small as shit in my own car when I'm driving. I probably would have did the same shit. But anyway, they asked for his registration my registration, They asked for his license. He didn't have it. On top of not having it, his shit was suspended. So that's why he didn't have it. You know what I mean?
No way. They booked all you?
Who bailed him out?
That's another episode. Would you bail a man out of jail?
Little 18-year-old me. The fuck you doing that for? Yeah. Man. And then I didn't get that money back. He was just, man.
That's the thing. So like everything about a date is it's a process. So back what you were saying of, again, it's just you got to do what you want in marriage and a relationship. But a total side note, if you are on a date, here's something that another just PSA about scams. A lot of times. Guys are scammers. You feel me?
Men are scammers.
Let's say a guy pull up.
Bitches too, though.
Let's on a guy's Instagram, right? Let's say
bitches too. I've been scammed by a bitch.
He got like, no, but guys will scam their whole lifestyle. Let's say I go in, and I'm good at clocking the shit. I know but 2 + 2 gotta equal 4. You feel me? Because I know people who really have fucking money. I know when someone doesn't have money. So let's say a guy will hit me up. They got, all these cars, da-da-da-da-da. Cool. Let's say he pulls up in one of these cars. Do whatever the fuck you have to do to get pulled over. When you get pulled over, look at the paperwork on the car. See if his fucking name is on that paperwork. Because that bitch is probably rented. Rented that shit for the day just to get you, all go, man. Like, I remember I had this guy who is a scammer. He's a professional scammer. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. He's telling me about his scams. He's like, yo, Law, you need to be with a scammer. I said, first of all, I don't want my man in fucking jail. Second of all, he's like, I make this much money in a week. I make $13,000 in a weekend. And I said, first of all, it's not a lot of money. He said, in a weekend? I said, to me, that's not a lot of money. Sorry. And I was like, on top of that, I was like, yo, show me your tax return. Silent. What's your credit score look like? What's your fucking credit score, bro? Like, cool, you got 20 bands, but if your credit score is a 300 and you have no tax files, how the fuck we gonna buy a house, sir?
My thing is, if you in it, get in and get out.
That's the problem. I love me a hustler. I love me a guy. Dirty money to yeah, get a hustle.
I'll respect that, but if that's all you doing, but I can't. Like that, right. It's too much.
So maybe everything is a scam, guys. Casual sex is a scam. Guys are a scam.
Goddamn government is a scam.
That's a whole nother episode because I believe in that shit. That's the thing. Just, protect yourselves. Protect your energy.
Yeah, protect your energy.
And don't give too much of yourself away. Like, you're a valuable person. You're a valuable human being. You're dope as fuck. And not everybody deserves to, know how dope you are. Like, that's the thing. It's like, it's really a privilege to get to know who you are, the real you. So it's like, you want to keep that special and you want to be very picky and selective with who you let see that, and just make sure that you know who they are before you unveil that. You're like a fucking lasagna. You just got layer after fucking layer. You know what I mean?
You gotta really
and it's like
cut
your husband
in and taste that shit.
Like dead ass. Your husband should be the only one who gets the full ass bite of all that shit. Everybody else, first date, you can get the little melted cheese in the top, the little crispies. You start dating a couple years, all right, you got a little bit of the ricotta, some sauce. You guys are married, full last bite. All the fucking layers. All of them.
To get a ricotta, the sauce, maybe some sausage in there. It depends. You know what I'm saying? But
if you are listening to us on Spotify podcast, do us a favor, all right? A little flavor. Leave us a review, if you vibing, if you chilling, if you're watching on YouTube, give it a like, give it a comment. Give it a share, subscribe, and follow all of us on Instagram because we're pretty cool over there. And Wave is doing a little thing.
We get it the fuck poppin'.
We get it the fuck poppin'.
Instagram.
We get it the fuck poppin' every Wednesdays. Ladies always win when we upload, and we do get it the fuck poppin' on Instagram. So follow us over there too. We love it. We love it.
We love it.
Grapao. Ladies always win.